Drink a soda. Hello, oh. Namaste Witchlings, hello, hello. Trying to find my damn lipstick. It's not working. Ah, there's the one I want. It is Sunday, y'all. I am so glad that we're starting a new week. Put you back where you belong in the center. Good enough for government work. So how is everyone doing out there? We're doing pretty decent here today. The air quality is finally tolerable. It's actually, I think, back to good because it rained last night. So two good things come out of that. Number one, it took some of the icky nastiness out of the air. And number two, what was number two? It rained. Took the smoke out of the air. Took the dust out of the air. And not only does it take the smoke out of the air, but it does also kind of help to maybe help contain the fires by maybe 0.25%. I don't know. And I'm going to finish my soda. Two points. Yep. Uh-oh, what's up, Mimi? I love my family. We're weird and quirky and goofy, and we love everybody. Sweet. Hello, hello. Don't mind me. I'm just making sure that my phone is muted because it has a habit of going off in the middle of me doing something important. Okay, took drugs. Drugs is good. Stay there. All right. Haha. All right, so we are going to do our smidge bit of digital housekeeping by saying, please be mindful of the energy you bring into my space and also be very respectful in my chat. Elsewise, Arnold and the mods will be finding you with the bad hammer.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Will you stop clawing the chair? It worked. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Now that's done. Take a sip. Uh-oh. It's coffee time. We're running on about a half a cup of coffee. If I finish it off, I'll be diving for a soda. Because this witch is thirsty this morning. I think I need to get the full face mask for my CPAP again. Because I'm pretty sure that I am snoring with the CPAP. And let me tell you, that's an adventure. Because it goes... It's horrible. It really is. What the fluff? But you need the mask with the air and the... Oh, God. This CPAP support group commercial. Okay. All right, y'all. It's Sunday, so Namaste Witchlings. Welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, hi, welcome. I am Di, your favorite yoga witch, spreading kindness and love, living a magical life through yoga. We have a birthday. Donk. We do. So, today's birthday is one of Di the Yoga Witch's own mods. Woohoo! So, hey, 12. I hope today is amazing. You deserve absolutely nothing but happiness, my friend. Happy birthday to you. You live in a zoo. All right, and as always, we are lighting our candle today to be a beacon of light and hope for those who are stumbling and have lost their way in the darkness. And now with our candle lit, our circle is closed, and we invite the ancestors to join us here today. Oh yeah. All right, my witchlings. I have random music playing in my head. I have no idea what it is. Go for it. Hey, check out this ad and listen to me tell you about my yoga and guided meditations in the park. If you are local to the Seattle area, specifically the Snoqualmie Valley area, I am facilitating a yoga class in the park on Friday evenings and guided meditations on Tuesdays and Saturdays, weather permitting, of course. If by any chance you are interested in joining us, the information is available on my website, yogawithdylin.com, under the book tab, and I honestly cannot wait to see everyone. And we're back. Found my necklace. If I can get the damn thing to hook. Seriously. You know, moms are often joked about having eyes in the back of their heads. Right this second, I would give my left ovary for that. Purple just happens to be our favorite color, Aditya. All right. Let's chat, y'all. Oh, let's see. Shall we catch you guys up on what we have been doing? Let's see. Ta-da! What do I identify as? I am a witch. I am a woman. I'm a wife, mother, veteran, queer, cousin, sister, friend, witch, veteran, disabled veteran, spoonie. I mean, these are all labels that I can slap on myself happily and easily. Frequently do. We're still trying to figure out why people think that I am trans, though. So please, if you have any ideas behind that, please fill me in. Yeah, I know. And she's asking what the purple means, and I'm just like, purple? Purple is my favorite color. But yes, I am also a plural person, meaning there are 30 of us in this head. There are days when it's a crapshoot as to who you're going to get. Roll for initiative. All right, y'all. DeFleur. Darling. Oh, okay. Sorry. That makes sense. Okay, shall we talk about our holidays for today? Today's holidays are kind of cool. Oh. He's playing with something. All right, we're good. Oh my good grief. I am so not awake yet. I'm still working on the coffee. I did eat today though. I took my meds. Doing pretty good overall. Okay. Oh, goodness. Let's talk holidays right quick. All right, y'all. We have 4 holidays today. 4. Yes, I forgot to copy and paste the 4th one. So, we have Superhuman Day, we have National Grateful Patient Day, and National Pastor's Spouses Day, and then last and not least, it is also National Grandparents Day. All right. Can I have the mouse back? All right. So, our first holiday is Superhuman Day, and today we honor the strength and the resilience of those who push beyond their limits, physically, mentally, or spiritually. Superhumans remind us that greatness often hides in ordinary people doing extraordinary things. This holiday was created, well, for the Paralympics. Oh no, Mimi. No. Next, we have National Grateful Patient Day. As a spoonie, I truly know how much the care we receive from our medical professionals can mean. Today is a reminder to pause and show gratitude for the doctors, the nurses, the healers, and the caregivers who support us all on our journey. Every act of care is a gift worth honoring. And I genuinely wish today was not a Sunday, because I would absolutely love to send my civilian PCP something for Grateful Patient Day. It is also National Pastor's Spouses Day. That's a mouthful. Behind every pastor's ministry stands a spouse whose devotion, patience, and unseen sacrifices support that work. I honor my grandmother today, who stood beside my grandfather in his role as an Episcopal priest. Her love, quiet strength, and faith were the foundation of his service. And then, because I had to mention my grandmother for National Pastor Spouses Day, we had to mention National Grandparents Day. Grandparents hold a special place in our hearts, weaving wisdom, unconditional love, and cherished memories into our lives. And apparently yawns also. Sorry, y'all. My grandfather was my person. He is the one who shaped, guided, and loved me endlessly. Today I honor him while also honoring his wife, my grandmother, who was his partner in faith and life. Interesting tidbit. My oldest child... If you are local to the Seattle area, specifically... Okay. My oldest child was due on Grandparents' Day when I was pregnant with him. He came 5 weeks early, so he didn't come on Grandparents' Day, but I always thought it was amusing that he was going to make my ex-husband's mother a grandparent on Grandparents' Day. All right, my friends. Shall we chit-chat some and then play with the cards later? I'm thinking we should. There's a furry overlord at my feet. Hello, baby. Oh, yes. All right. Yep. All right. Oh, my gosh. It is... It is that time of year in the Pacific Northwest that inside it is muggy and warm and kind of icky, but you step outside and it's coldish. So I'm sitting here in my office having had the air conditioning on for the last hour or so because I was warm, and now I'm freezing because I just took the dogs out. It's layering weather. Ooh. And the man behind the curtain is sitting in front of his monitors and his desk. If you look at the thermometer above his desk, it says it's about 90 degrees there. So he's getting that nice LED light tan. Oh. So I went through makeup yesterday because we filmed some B-roll for Witchy 101. And in the process of doing that, I had to clear my desk off and clear the table here off and all of that happy horse manure. So that meant I had to put some palettes and shit that I hadn't put away back where they belonged. And I'm like, you know what? Since I'm already getting into the box, why not swap out my fall palettes for the last few summer palettes? I'll keep some, but... So I finally did that last night, and I'm really, really, really excited about it because I love the fall colors for eyeshadow. The browns, the oranges, the greens, a little bit of purple, but I love my purple hair. And if things go well, very soon, I will have my purple hair back. Yeah. I know. But yeah, yes, it needs more purple. Because, oof. And my and more cowbell. And my favorite place to get the hair dye. Wait. Oh, shizzit. I was thinking about it. Hold on, I gotta fix something. Do I have the thingamajigger? I do. Whoops. Haha. Nope, that don't work. Thank you. Give me a second. I gotta fix something. Hi, Fuzzbutt. You are not allowed to jump up into my chair. I tried to be careful. There we go. All right. If I scoot the chair forward, I'm going to run over somebody's tail. Hey. Can you move? I want to scoot the chair. Watch your butt. Ha! Nope. I went the wrong way again. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. I know that he considers this furry little monster. I love him. Do not get me wrong. But we're scrambling to get everything set up for Bitch and Witch last night because we got sucked into filming for Witchy 101. And I took something out into the main part of the house, came back to my office, and he is not only in my chair, but he's sitting there doing a and I knew what was going to happen. Could not get him out of the chair in time. At least it wasn't super wet and slimy, but good goddess. Oh, yes. Please send me your address. At the very least, I'll put you on the Christmas card list. That is one of my favorite things every year. Yes, it's something of a waste of money, but it's still kind of fun to handwrite messages and stuff into the cards. I am not one that sends out a Christmas letter saying, this is what we accomplished this year. Be proud of me and pat me on the back for minor accomplishments. No, I just send the card. But you know what? I may start writing that letter and saying, hey, the business is doing well. The kids are doing great. We're doing pretty good. The dogs are surviving and the cat keeps, being a cat. All right. I need to shorten this chain. The man behind the curtain says that's what he sees Facebook being useful for. It is basically checking in on Facebook and seeing what some of your favorite people have been up to since you last chatted with them. That is one of the biggest reasons I am so ecstatic about having gotten my my old Facebook account back. Because there were people on that account that just would not add the new account because they thought I'd gotten hacked or some shit. So yeah, I am back. I got locked, not hacked. That's true too, Amy. But unfortunately, having a business like this where I do most of my stuff online, if I don't have Facebook, I don't get the clicks and therefore can't get monetized. You know what I do on Facebook? I don't post a lot for myself. What I do is I use it for the fucking groups. Because I have found support groups for things that I can't access a group locally for. Not to mention all of the witchy groups, which I'm pretty sure is what got that account locked in the first place. But the witchy groups are awesome, especially the groups where they will post an infographic for the spell that they're talking about. Because it's either that or I gotta go to Pinterest. Because I use the infographics and some of the spells that I find online to get a basic to get a basic idea of the ingredients and what all to do here. And then I make it mine. I mean, hell, my son absolutely loves me. I found an infographic that had the ingredients for a Mabon simmer pot. So I told him what to pick up, and I now have bay leaves and an orange. I will go out into the front yard and grab an apple because the apple tree likes to throw apples at me. And it said cinnamon sticks. I did not realize that a small, kitchen bottle of cinnamon sticks was right around like $15 now. Hells no, I'm not making my son pay that shiz. So I'll probably use ground cinnamon. And then the only other ingredient he could not find were pomegranate seeds. Mind you, I'm pretty sure that they have pomegranate seeds in a little container. But hey. So that actually kind of leads me to something else I wanted to say. Do you guys want me to create the simmer pot on a live? Or what do you guys want? Because I want to start doing something other than just chit-chatting with you guys like this and reading the cards. I want to introduce more of the witchy shit into this. And I think it could be fun. Basic spellcasting 101, because... Yep, and then we get to the Witchy 101 series that we are working on. I am very, very much hoping... I am very, very, very much hoping to get that released by next weekend. It was supposed to go out this weekend. But, well, shit happened and I got distracted. It's all me. Well, yeah, it was also the fact that, I kind of went and stood in the anthill. We can't do Spellcasting 101 next. We have to cover altars and altar tools next. Because without the altar tools and the altar... I'm a dumbass. Yeah. My brain glitched hardcore. Spellcasting 101, that works. I'm such a dumbass sometimes. So, ooh, yes! Oh God, yeah, because then we can cover things like simmer pots, sympathetic magic, candle magic, hexes, curses, not gonna touch blood or sex magic. Hello, angel. But yeah, we could do, ooh. Oh, dear Lord, I'm not sleeping for another 3-4 days because my brain just started running. We have triggered the ADHD hyperfocus. Ooh, this sounds like fun to research. Why is research so goddamn fun? I mean, most people I know, they hate the drudgery of the research. That's their least favorite part, whereas me, fuck yeah. Hey... Where is Broken Angel from? Groovy. I like that. So you're definitely a witchling. What I have come... Broken Angel is a ZZM. That is awesome. I coined the term, well, I didn't coin it, I stole it from an author, but I have used the word witchling for a newbie witch for ages. It's actually the title of the very first of Yasmin Galenorn's Sisters of the Otherworld. Hey, Puma, how are you doing today? And I just thought that witchling was a really, really, really cool way to describe a new or a young witch. And I don't mean necessarily physically young. Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to chronologically. There we go. You're not necessarily physically / chronologically young. You're just new to the path. You are a young witch and therefore witchling. Sweet angel. Now, when it comes to my practices, if I am doing an actual spell that isn't a candle spell, that's when I go to the man behind the curtain, my darling husband, who wrote an amazing house protection spell. And one of my other members of my staff who, yes, I do. One of my other staff members who is also quite adept at writing spells. She's awesome. So, oh, speaking of spells, if you hop over to Patreon, I cannot remember which level I'm thinking of. Give me a second, because I want to give you the accurate information. Okay, there are tiers of my Patreon where, excuse me, you get a free spell, but I can't remember. God damn it. I know. All right, y'all. I'm frustrated with myself now. Grr, because I remember writing it. Yep. I remember writing it into the tiers, and I cannot remember what the bottom tier that you get it is, but if you are a member of certain paying tiers, you get the free tarot reading a month, you get a free spell a month, access to the Discord server, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, as well as, the behind the scenes chit chat, extra lives, the moon rituals, and the Sabbat rituals. So, nope. He's looking. But I know where to look. Can't. Come on. Where the hell do I have it? And yes, for those of you who are laughing at me saying spells, they work. Yes. Oh, God. Is it? Oh, geez. It is. It's the 7th already. It's the full moon. There was one that had a spell a month. Okay. I can't remember. I'm losing my shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just... All right. So, I will tell you about the spell the hubby created that protects our house. He enchanted some nails. Mimi, I can fix that. Just be patient. But he enchanted some nails. And then put them in a triangle shape in each of the doors that come into our house, with the intent that no one who intends or has ill will towards anyone in this house can pass through there. I have watched a couple of people bounce off the doorway when the door was completely open and there was not a dog there. It was great. Nice. A rental-friendly version of the spell. I can come up with one similar. Yes. We can come up with a rental-friendly. Because for something like that, you can... Oh, there are salt spells. Just general protection spells. Sigils work well, as do runes, because you can draw them in salt water. Yes. There are rental-friendly ways to do this. Yep, well, he was already making fun of the fact that we said our spells worked. Amy was asking... I can't remember. That's right. Hey, cat. Amulet. All right. Nope, it was not the Kabbalah. Ah. Ondor, that might be it. Mezuzah. It was a mezuzah they put up in the vice president's residence. Okay. Oh, platinum is nice. Yep. One of my mods is trans mask. And then my middle child is non-binary, leaning more towards mask. That's what happens when someone creates a safe space. I try very, very, very hard. Now, for another couple of things. Number one, we abide by the tolerance paradox here. In other words, we do not tolerate intolerance. If you come in here preaching at us that we need to find Jesus, we will ask you how long have you been playing hide and go seek with him, and remind you that we probably need to take custody because y'all keep losing him. Then we will mock you. Then we will frequently, depending on if one child in particular is here, he will throw Bible verses back at you, showing you exactly why you're being hypocritical. And yes, I saw that. So when we get new people in here, we do slightly stalk some of them because of the fact we've had issues. So the man behind the curtain will pull up a profile and will look, and I saw that you use Zer. I like those. Yep, Amy also throws Bible verses at it was Zem. But Amy also throws Bible verses at Bible thumpers. These are some of the advantages to, her dad is a priest, our grandfather was a priest. We learned some shit. And I keep this sign up for a reason, because not only do I have loved ones who are Rainbow Mafia, I myself am a member of the community. Oh, dear Lord. Not another one from Missouri. Yep. Amy escaped Springfield in mid-June. We have Cat is still down there, but working on getting out. That is true too. This, where is it? There it is. This little pin here says, you could be yourself around me. I will go to the bathroom with you if you need me to and you are trans femme. We're good. Yep. Technically, I am currently in flux. I have said bye for, God, 25 plus years. And now Pan has come along. And while I have never consciously been attracted to anyone who was pan or who were non-binary or trans, I don't rule it out. Hello, John. I am itchy. But yes, it's just, I want this space to be safe for everybody. That's kind of where I'm at, Puma. That's kind of where I'm at. One of my kids identifies as pan, and we have discussed it, and I'm kind of... That's why I'm going maybe. And I think part of the reason I have stuck with the bi label is that's what I first identified. Is it the hearts not parts great, Amy? I have heard it before and I absolutely love it. I am very lucky that I did not develop a crush on any of my coworkers. I adopted one, but I have not had a crush on any of them. Oh, you will get zero harassment in here for being an atheist. Atheism is a valid path to step onto. Yes. Yeah, the man behind the curtain says he just thought he was agnostic. You know, I know there's something out there. I don't know what the label for it is. And then he met me. But, I have these that sit here on my desk. Now, I'll show you what this one says. It says, if I wanted the government in my uterus, I'd fuck a senator. My son brought this one back when he and his best friend went to protest at the state capitol. What? 2 years ago now? I need to find out where the I'd fuck a senator flag came from because I need like 10 of them for people who want them. Sweet. That would be awesome. I have a feeling, Angel, that your mom and I are probably around the same age. Yes. Do the whole like and subscribe thing so you can find us again. I do a daily divination and self-care Monday through Friday. We have the podcast Thursday, Friday night guided meditation Friday, bitch and witch Saturday, and then this. 10 years younger. Groovy. Awesome. Thank you, Puma. Ba-da-bum-bum. Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, so I had to laugh at the man behind the curtain last night. I really did. Because my queer ass, as we are setting up to do our recording of B-roll for the Witchy 101 series, I had set my candles up. And I deliberately did it the way I did. It took him about 5 minutes and me lighting them to realize that they went red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and, whoops, purple. I knocked the money candle over. Ooh. Now, let's see. There's only 2 of these that I can't tell you off the top of my head exactly what they are. Red, love, passion. Green, wealth, abundance. Blue, health. And then, shit. What's the purple for? I just forgot what purple is. Roy G. Biv. Yep. Yep. But, because I will be using the different colors in Witchy 101, and I just thought it would be fun to do it that way. But, you know, thank you. And purple is for divination and insight, and, yeah, thank you. Communicating with the universe. And my yellow candle is quite wobbly. Yep, or spirit. White is purity and intention. Black is for banishing and protection. What did we finally got? Fun is for fun. And, well, damn it. Woohoo! Yay! We're at 1,250 subscribers. That is awesome. So, with the Facebook account I lost, I regained access recently. Oh, God. And I was so excited to be back into it because I lost it for a year and a half. And so the other night I went in and said, hey, so it's been about a year and a half since I got locked out of this. Here's what I've been up to in the last year. And I laid about half of it out. And my aunt, I love my aunt. She is such an amazing woman. Commented, wow, you've been busy in the last year, but it sounds like you're having fun. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so much fun. It has been awesome. And getting to reconnect with my cousin and cousins because, well, Amy lives with the other cousins. It's just, I've had a really awesome year or so. So, y'all are the best. Is people. People. But life is good. I do feel loved. I've got some really amazing people. Let's see, what else are we going to be doing in the next... Why did you guess, Chris? Oh, Amy. Thank you. How long was the dark night of my soul? Oh God. I'm thinking. Oh. It's okay, Chris. That's okay. That's I did. She'll be back, or she'll pop in here. It's okay, Chris. It's just that's not a really great question to start out with. Yes, I am supportive of the queer community. Yes, I am a member of the queer community. No, I am not gay. Nor am I trans. Because that's usually everybody's second question. I am also happily married, have been for the better part of 14 years. Oh my God, it's September already. That means our anniversary is coming up next month. Oh my gods. Thank you for being polite, Chris. I will always be honest as often as I can. I do not lie if I can avoid it. And the only times I couldn't avoid it is when, you know, the only time I readily tell lies is when being honest is threatening or, you know. Yeah. So, just please, you come in hot with a question like that, we're going to be on edge and tenterhooks, praying that you are not yet another troll. How is the 101 course going? It's actually going pretty well. We're going to be doing some editing on that B-roll film today and figuring out more. And then I'm going to be looking at the script for the second episode where we're going to talk about the altar and the... Probably your headset, sweetheart. But next episode is going to be the altar with the tools and the decorations. So we've got to figure out exactly how we're going to make that happen. Because the way we did it in the first video was great because it just sits us here at the desk. I had my altar here next to the desk. But we've got to figure out how to do that, but have the altar behind me on my stage and being able to figure out sound and that. So we are trying to figure a few things out. Thank you, Angel. Oh, hold on. If I turn this way, y'all can see it a little better. All right. Forgive the yoga. Forgive the yoga stuff. This is my yoga studio. All right. There we go. Haha. Oh. Piggy bowl. There we go. All right. So we have my altar is here. This shelf here is magazines and other books, makeup and hair and jewelry, perfume shelf. I have a ton of them. Empty journals. Every journal on that shelf is empty. And then top shelf of this bookshelf is yoga books. And then I have 3 shelves of witchy books. I have books that I access that are witchy and yoga on the shelf here with paperwork. More useful books over here. These are usually health related because I have multiple chronic illnesses. And then unfortunately you can't see the other altar. Oh, wait, maybe you can. He's going to move the camera. Give us a second. Yes. Oh, move the mic a little bit. What the hell? Oops. I think I was eating in that. Not sure. See, I used to work at Torrid. And the fun there is my old manager, when we ran out of a line of perfumes, would hand me the samples and I got to bring them home. All right, here we go. Now we can mostly see. I know the brightness is awful. So, top of the shelf, I cannot remember if it's a Prada, a Coach, or one of the other Michael Kors or some shit, but that is a designer purse. This shelf is just some trinkets and stuff. Okay, leave it there. My little brother's cremains are up there with a picture of the man behind the curtain and I. Then the next shelf down has the wall hanging that matches this with my pendulums and one of my backflow incense burners. The next shelf down has my crystal grid and moon water. Yes, that is a bottle of water. It was a bottle that was taken up to the lake for a summer birthday and therefore was no longer drinkable. And then the shelf below that has my tarot card collection. And then further down is just extra decor. All right. Well, hello, Charmander. All right. Ba ba ba. All right. Let him finish playing with stuff, and then I will be able to see the chat again. Oh, Ouija board. Oh, God. Oh, I hate that, John. So glad it was fixed. Yeah. It really is. Puma says that my space is so bright and cozy, and I have to say, it really is. I love it. This is my favorite room in the house, even though it looks like a bottle of Pepto-Bismol blew up in here. Yes, that chair has been in here since Kat was over Thursday. I cannot do Ouija boards, and that's right, Marissa was here Monday. Yep. So I cannot do Ouija boards. Nope. Every time I have touched a Ouija board, I have gone thunk afterwards and passed the fluff out. Yeah. Oh, damn. That's a very stubborn router. Wow. But yet. My first time using a Ouija board, I was 18 years old and in the Navy. That's the start of a few really amazing stories. And my now ex-husband and our friends, we all went to Toys R Us. And somebody got the brilliant idea to buy a Ouija board that day. So we took it back to the motel room we were all in. Mind you, I was the only woman in this group. My rapist is lucky he didn't run afoul of the rest of the group. But we took it back to the motel room and we played with it. And as soon as my hands came off the board, I went plop. They were all very grateful I was sitting when it happened. Yeah. The ex-husband had a similar reaction. It just took him longer. And the creepy thing is when he sleeps, if he's not in a bed, he sleeps this way. He looks like he's dead. It was great. And his son very much resembles him. Makes life all kinds of fun. But yeah. Cat 5 is good. Cat 5 is bad pet. I know. I see Cat 5 is bad pet. Well, actually, I don't know. At least you could take a thingamajigger of Cat 5 for a walk. It'll roll right along. Just saying. I mean, come on. You got to think outside the box. It's no worse than a pet rock, which, by the way, it was also Pet Rock Day. I just opted not to acknowledge that one. I have a very warped sense of humor. So, background about me. Not only am I a vet, but my childhood, my father was a Navy submariner in Vietnam, then worked at a gas station in Iowa when I was conceived. When they got to Oregon, he did a couple of different things, but he ended up being a sheriff's deputy in the end. After he left the sheriff's department, he then started installing alarm systems. He has installed alarm systems for some rather famous people. I think he did half for the Portland Trail Blazers. You know, if I were vegan, it might smell like vegan chicken, but I'm a fucking meat eater, dude. Amy took the fun away. That's okay. But yeah, so I grew up in a military cop family, so we have very dark, morbid sense of humor. I mean, we were sitting at a restaurant one night with one of our favorite cops in town, discussing the fact that come on, brain. Discussing a recent house fire that happened because some genius went looking for their kitty, the kitten, under the bed with a fucking candle and set the mattress on fire. So my parents were sitting there with the officer, coming up with new names for the cat. You know, Smokey, Charcoal, Blackie, you know, things like that. But Shabab cat? No, Shish Kebab cat. That's one of the other names they called it. But yeah, that is the humor I grew up with, and I have maintained it to this day. And then I met my ex-husband, who is a master of puns. I fell in love with his stupid puns, which in some of the ways, those were the best things about him. But yeah. Spider Callahan has a book. Spider Robinson has a book. The name of it is Callahan's Lady. And it takes place in a brothel where they have a weekly pun contest. It was such an awesome book. I was going to say, yep, Stray Kids are back. Woohoo. Yup. Because what gets me is they're all Asian. The Stray Kids, if I remember right, is an Asian K-pop band. And how do I look like the fucking Stray Kids? I don't know. It's gotta be a bot farm because they come in with the same freaking thing every damn time. And I'm like, I don't listen to them. And I don't look like I'm Korean. Although apparently Jaden Smith is trying to do K-pop music. And I'm like, dude, you're American. They do say different members, though. And it's just weird. And it's just weird. And I'm like, how the fuck? Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I know who they are because I have a Spoonie friend who absolutely adores them. Actually, I think I have 2 Spoonie friends. What spells do I cast? Let's see. The last one I cast was for the truth to be seen. I have done healing. I have done abundance. I have done a protection spell. I have done, let's see, what else? Parking space spells are fun. Let's see. Protection. Lots of protection. Yes, the truth was seen, and the issue that was going on was completely dismissed, so that was good. Let's see. Abundance, yes. We definitely hit abundance, and then somebody got sick. But life goes on. Protection, hell. There is a protection spell in my door that blocks anyone who has ill intent toward anyone in this house from entering, and I have watched multiple people bounce off of it. Cannot walk through my front door. So... Oh. So you're saying Avril doing a one take on one of her own songs. Yeah, no. Can't get in through the windows either, so But yes, our spells have been quite productive. Yeah, we have other wards on the windows, and just to prevent people from showing up. Essentially. Let's see what else. When the incubator was doing the medical investigation interviews, that's what I'm looking for, in preparation to receive her Social Security disability. I did a spell so that she would be able to achieve that and get the fuck out from under my roof, and it worked. It was nice. Let's see. I have charmed my furry children's collars to prevent harm to them. Mostly worked. Let's see, what else have we done? Manifestation. That in and of itself is a kind of spell. I have done spells to get me off the wait list and be able to be a vendor at certain events so that I could bring in income. So that was a combination of prosperity, abundance, and manifestation. What else have I done? I did not need to do fertility spells. I was hyper fertile in my 20s. But I do know women who have, and they have worked. Oh, let's see what else. There are people on the internet who don't know what furry children are. Yes. Limp dick spells. Those are fun. Oh, are those fun. You get a cucumber or a pickle or maybe even a banana, slice it in half, stuff all of this nasty shit into it, close it back up, and then pierce it with needles or nails. And oh, it's so effective, and it's just so nice. Because it helps, get rid of some of that rage and some of that pent-up frustration, and you just channel it all into the spell and what you're doing here, and he cannot get it up until you either reverse the spell or the spell has run its time because you put a time limit on it. Yeah, no, my body took care of the infertility thing all by itself. I definitely ended up with secondary infertility after the ovarian torsion. Yep. I was doing spells to help keep my puppers comfortable towards the end. I don't have any of the furry brats in here right now. But yes. I have 4 furry children, 3 are dogs, 1 is the benevolent furry overlord. I am honestly shocked that none of them are in here right now. Yep, Oh, are you Hispanic and speak Spanish? Because most of the people I know who call their dogs Pepito are. Hey, Keo. That's, yeah, Italian and... Yeah, Portuguese is really similar to Spanish. How are you doing, Ko? My doggos are oldest to youngest. Oldest to youngest, we have Sergeant Snuggle Puppy, who is 13 years old. Then we have Luna, who is Pitbull Malamute, and she is now 9. Then there's Tookers, who is German Shepherd Husky Malamute, and he is 4. And, French. And then we have the Furry Overlord, who is turning 10 in just a couple of weeks. He forgot the music was up so loud. Okay, there's there's the Furry Overlord. Okay, so first, this is Sergeant Snuggle Puppy. That's our little man's. That was the man behind the curtain switching scenes so that he could show the pictures and forgot the music was there. Then next in the line we have Luna Tuna. She's our Pitbull Malamute. Yes, she has heterochromia. And she is the smartest dumb blonde that I have ever met. Then we have Tookers. Oh, Fuzzy Butt, the Furry Overlord. And then we have Tookers. Tookers. Dun dun. The goofball. He's the baby of the family. He is only 4, and he thinks he's an 80-pound lapdog. No, 4. We just had that conversation with Jess. Okay, so Angel speaks French and English. Pepito, yeah, is French also. And then it is. I had surgery done to replace 2 discs in my neck. Had to stay in the hospital overnight. And, yeah, when I got home the next day, I got through the door and he was able to set my stuff down before he herded me into the recliner and laid on me. Yes, thank you, Puma. We love them and care for them as if they were our children, because in many ways, if you have biological children and you have lived through the toddler stage and the teenager stage, you will understand certain aspects of your pets. The dogs are toddlers, very much toddlers, and the cat is very much a teenager. And yeah. And so we refer to ourselves as pet parents. I'm not sure, honestly, if that's just an American or American/Canadian thing, but it is very common here in the States. And then comes the argument of, you can't be a mom just because you have pets. You haven't had children. I've had both. My boys, my sons are used to me referring to them as the dog's big brothers, and they fully accept this. The cat, though, not so much. Not for this. This was, I cannot reconstruct bones in my body. And the reason I had the surgery was because the Davy jacked up 2 of the vertebrae in my neck. But it was C3-4. 4-5 was perfectly fine. And then 5-6 was disintegrated as badly as 3-4. So the fusion was not an option because of the fact there was one healthy disc in there. So he went in and just replaced them. And I regained the half to 3/4 of an inch I had lost in height. And yeah. My healing spells are more for things like getting over a cold a little faster, or yeah, I can influence. I cannot just magically cure everything. That's not magic. Oh, it did go really, really well. So I know I am getting old. I rolled over in bed on Father's Day of 2022. No. Yes, of 2022. Felt something in my back twinge and pinch. And I didn't manage to get it worked out and ended up losing feeling in my thumb, in the tip of my thumb. Yeah. That led me to, and my primary care doctor that I love was on a leave of absence at this point. So I couldn't go to him, and we didn't know if he was coming back. So we had to change, we had to completely change doctors and everything. So I went for 1.5 years before I got back into the VA and had the VA do, all the shit that I needed to confirm what was up. And they discovered, oh, your neck is jacked up, so let's send you for surgery. Yeah. Yeah, we don't do Rowling. J.K. Rowling, or Joe Rowling, is the trans exclusionary radical feminist author of the Harry Potter books. We don't talk about her because, well, thank you. No. That wasn't, he's not comparing it to Star Wars to dismiss it. We are saying that she just took Star Wars and repackaged it in a much worse way. This is true, Amy. But Star Wars kind of, the whole orphaned protagonist who becomes the hero is such a tried and old trope. Yes, because it was very similar. Like I said, that orphaned protagonist who becomes, the savior of the universe is a very old story. That is true too. Yeah, Superman. I mean, God. Oh God. No, there is actually Greek and Roman mythology. There's and Indian or Hindu, that's where it comes from. I have not seen it. I have not seen K-pop Demon Hunters. Yay! I'm so happy for you, John! And yes, Snuka, Batman. Jesus, yep. Sort of. Jesus wasn't orphaned. No, he said he was going for it. Oh, God. Yeah, guy behind the counter. Curtain, counter, same diff. Although I'm the one that usually worked behind the counter. Might have to. He was fatherless, but he had a stepfather. Yep. That's going to be fun. I do readings. If you hop to the pinned comment and book a reading with me through one of the methods there, yes, I will happily do a reading. I don't do live readings on air, but I have not done my reading yet for today. So, shall we hop onto that real quick and get that through? Oh. Wrong button. There you go. How do I connect to source? I don't know how to explain it. It just kind of happens. You are very welcome, John. We try. All right. And yep, we're going to do oracle cards first. Then we move to tarot. And then I pull all 6 of them together. All right, y'all. All right, our first card is You Moved On. Next, you are asked to trust the universe. And finally, there it is. You don't think of me. All right, so you moved on. Trust the universe. You don't think of me. The oracle shows that you moved on from this relationship, and I am called to trust the universe as I face the truth that you don't think of me. This is not abandonment, but release, reminding us to let go of what no longer holds us and to trust that the universe is guiding us into brighter and freer chapters. Oof, I like. Moving on to tarot. Our first tarot is the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups tells us that our wishes will be fulfilled, but that happiness may be temporary. Followed by the 6 of Swords. Stress and pressure, but the outlook is rather optimistic. But we end up with the reversed King of Rods, saying that a volatile temper that is incapable of seeing others' points of view does not sound good. All right, so hoopda, what do they say? The 9 of Cups promises wishes fulfilled, although joy may prove fleeting if we cling too tightly. The 6 of Swords warns of stress and pressure, yet assures us that the journey leads towards healing and hope. However, pause. The King of Rods reversed cautions against temper and stubbornness, urging compassion and balance in how we act and react. Okay, now. Be careful how you act and react. What do all 6 of them together say? Let's see what that is. Okay, so together, the Oracle and the Tarot are weaving a serious message. The Oracle reminds us that you moved on, and although painful, the universe asks us to trust the universe and face the truth that you don't think of me. This acceptance frees us from clinging to what is already gone. The tarot deepens this lesson today. The 9 of Cups offers fulfillment, but warns that The 9 of Cups offers fulfillment, but warns that happiness rooted in others may be fleeting if we forget to nourish ourselves. The 6 of Swords acknowledges the stress and pressure of transition, yet reassures us that the path ahead is healing and filled with optimism. And finally, the King of Rods reversed reveals the danger of an unchecked temper or an unwillingness to see beyond our own viewpoint, whether in ourselves or within others. Together, these cards urge us to release what no longer serves, trust the universe's hand in guiding our journey, and find strength not in clinging, but in moving forward with clarity, grace, and balance. So today's affirmation is, I release what is no longer mine, trust the universe to guide my steps, and choose patience and clarity over anger. My joy is my own to create, and with an open heart, I move forward into healing and new beginnings. So, that is my take on the cards and our affirmation. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat and the comments. Oof, ain't pulling punches today, is it? Sorry about that. Ran out of coffee. Didn't realize I didn't have a or a soda sitting here, so I gotta drink something. All right. Shall we run through? Not yet. All right. Hi, I'm Maya. I saw you come in. TM. Anyone can learn to read. That is why there are 1,000,001 how to read tarot books on the market. Some people have a natural gift for them and are, good from the first pull. Others have to... Oh, no, Irish. Others have to really practice and memorize and all of that. And yeah, it's interesting. I have been at this for 30 years, almost. And, I have discovered that this particular oracle deck is extremely communicative with me. Hot bath with Epsom salts? Hell yeah. I saw Irish. Irish is not sleeping again. And Irish has something important at school tomorrow. Nope, never been there before in my life. So... Ooh, Puma also has PTSD. I am so sorry. Here is yet more proof that I have been a night owl my entire life. My tech school, my A school in the Navy. When I first got there, I was put into a morning class, okay? So we were getting up at 4:30, mustering at 5:30 to be at the school building by 6. And then we started school, our lessons for the day. And during these lessons, we were taking notes, right? So here I am with my pencil or my pen, scribbling what I think are notes. They make perfect sense as I'm taking them. And then towards the end of school, we are, told that we have to take, that we need these notes for the final exam. I go to check my notes and I'm like, what the fuck? There are no letters here. It's just various different sizes of mountains. And my darling ex-husband took one look at what I was looking at and he's like, okay, we're not supposed to do this, but here, use my notes. At least I have notes. And I'm like, thank you. Then I got set back into an evening class. Thank you, Linux. And so I started school at 10:30 at night, and we got out at midnight, or something like that. I just know we got out at midnight. And, miraculously, I started acing every test. My notes, stopped being just little lines and gibberish, etc., etc. Yeah. Oh, I missed something. Oh. I don't know. I wonder why. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Interesting. Or. Oh, no. Oh, Dark 30. Ass Crack of Dawn. Yeah. Dino Nuggies. Damn it, the boy ate my freaking taquitos. I'm just ADHD. And trust me, there are days when I'm on stream and you can tell. I'm calm today. Alright. But yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Butt crack.
You get the
and then there's
tism, man. You
mid-rats.
get the tism, man. You get the tism.
We all have the tism. No. They don't have dino nuggies in Ireland. Oh no. Maybe we don't want to move to Ireland. Oh, darling. My mother didn't want me. Hence why I usually refer to her as the incubator. She did not want a daughter at all. Come to find out that it was she didn't want competition for male attention. Nope, not at all. Surely we can import some dino-shaped nuggies. That would be awesome. But see, the question is, do you have chicky nuggies? Oh yes. Oh, yup. She gets called the incubator because at one point, I wish I could remember how old I was. I know I was a teenager, but she looked at me once and said, "I really wish your dad or your father hadn't talked me out of aborting you." And I'm like, "Gee, thanks." And and yeah, she tried to take my children away from me. She tried to turn my boys against me. Yeah, the woman was just, yeah. I hate her. I have hated her since I was a teenager. And, when relatives attempted to step in to rescue me, because they had a feeling what was going to happen, that's true. They were told that if they ever tried to interfere again, she would simply just fall off the face of the earth with all 4 of us kids. Yep, your dad sounds about as good as mine. And Amy, Amy, she probably said or did something. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, Lord. No. All right. Oh, good Lord. Yes, toxic masculinity. Yes. Toxic masculinity is one of the biggest reasons we have problems today. And, it's not just toxic masculinity. Although I think this is an aspect of it. It's also the fact that men are taught that the only person they are allowed to be vulnerable with and lean on and get any kind of emotional or social support from is the woman in their life. Like wife, girlfriend. And intimacy of any type with anybody else is wrong and bad and, oh my God, you're gay. And that right there is very difficult for a lot of people, because I know me, I have enough trouble regulating my own emotions and dealing with my own internal shit. I am not equipped to do all of the emotional labor for the men in my life. Exactly, Puma. Oh, God, he farted. Child. Oh. I didn't know Took had come into the office until he busted ass. I love my dog. German Shepherd farts. No, it does not smell like armpits and vegan chicken in here. Excuse me. It smells like German Shepherd Husky farts. The only thing worse? Malamute Pitbull farts. Although, I think it would take both of them to equate to Dudley farts. Or Archer farts. Yup. Yes. Oh, dear Lord. Yeah. Exactly, Irish. Exactly. Exactly. I know there are a lot of men out there, my darling husband included, who feel that it is not exactly possible for men and women to just be friends, especially if there has been a sexual relationship between them prior to this. But God damn it. this is stupid. And I grew up, I'm the only girl. So I grew up surrounded by my brother's male friends and occasionally a girlfriend here and there. But I was never allowed to be particularly girly, and therefore I have always related better to men than women. And I have had, my first husband was insanely jealous, to the point I walked 2 steps behind him and looked at my feet anytime we were out and about together. I can tell you where every crack in the sidewalk between my barracks room and the McDonald's was. I can tell you in detail what every pair of shoes I owned at that point in time looked like, because that was all I was ever allowed to look at. And goddess forbid I speak to another guy. And even worse, I'm a huggy person. I am affectionate with my friends. God forbid I hug one of my male friends. My ex-husband did not realize that I was greeting my brother when I ran up to my brother and gave him a big hug, and I got berated for 2 hours that night for touching a man that wasn't my husband. I must have wanted to fuck that man, because that is the only reason you hug someone. And we won't even get into what he thought about dancing. I am still friends with my most recent ex-husband. Man behind the curtain is not fond of it, but, you know, he deals with it. There's a reason that one is my ex. Yep. I just... Especially if before you got into a relationship with the person, you were friends. Because that friendship doesn't always go away when you break off the romantic relationship. Hey, Fred. You know what, y'all? We are going to put our candle out real quick. And then we will... Okay. Let's do our Zen real quick, because, we're running out of candle. I just realized it was dying. Alright. Wow, that went swimmingly. Alright, my friends. Here we go with our little moment of Zen. Oh, yup. Platinum. I have an org to suggest to you, but let's do this first. Or this. Alright. Platinum was trafficked. Yeah. I know what he's talking about, or what they're talking about. Brian, but yes. Yeah. All right. There we are. Zen is about destiny. Realize your destiny is wrapped around you like a robe, a regal piece of cloth everyone can see and one they long to wear. It protects you from what doesn't serve and magnetizes abundance when it's needed the most. See that your life experience is one of divine timing and increased awareness around who you are and where you want to be. A slow and gradual climb, you feel the momentum of all your actions and inactions, both invaluable. Close your eyes as you envision being at the park. As you take in the bird sounds and children playing, you see an empty swing. Walk over and get on. Obviously, if you are driving right now, you do not want to close your eyes. Please close your eyes. Like I said, if you're driving, take a deep breath in, fill the bottom of your belly, and then fill your lungs. Hold for as long as you can and release it in peace. Keep your eyes closed on the swing as you shove your legs out in front and swiftly bring them back. Arch your back to increase the momentum. Feel the rise and fall of your body and exhilaration as you sway up and sway back, feeling the forward and backward movement. This is destiny, forward and backward movement. Take another deep breath and an exhale through an open mouth. And when complete, repeat aloud, I feel my destiny. I like that one. I love my little red book of Zen. I do. But sometimes it's nice to have something different. All right, y'all. It's time to open the circle. Extinguish our candle. Yeah. Don't you attack me. All right, y'all. With the snuffing of our candle, our circle is now open, and we extend our eternal gratitude to the ancestors who joined us today. Stay there. And now I get to scrape the wick out. Hey, that worked well. Let go. And then dump it. Hell, that worked. We're fine. All right, y'all. Look at that. Fresh candle for tomorrow. If I don't do it now, I'm going to forget. Or set that there for now. What the fluff, Chuck? All right. Oh. Yup. No, he wasn't trying to traffic me. We were both active duty. And he just had medieval opinions on things. But yes, he was trying to make me his slave. I don't know where you are, Puma, but there's an organization that a former coworker of mine helped establish up here in Washington, and the name of it is Scarlet Road. It is for people who have been trafficked, and I will happily talk it up. But yes, it is. Yeah, it really is really bad. Yeah, there is a reason, my friends. I don't talk about my first husband very much. Because, yeah, he was not a good person. So let's see. But you know what? On a slightly happier note, he distanced me from all of my friends but one. And, well, that one friend ended up becoming my second husband and the father of my children. Not a great guy, but you know what? I wouldn't trade that marriage because I absolutely love my children. And if I didn't have them and hadn't been married to him, I wouldn't have ended up in the place I was to meet my third child's father. So, there is a reason that I say I would not trade my life for the world. And yes, Kat, you're a very good person, honey. And you know, I'm going to assume PM for Irish. Yep. The candle holder is warm enough that my candle won't solidify. Okay, so Broken Angel is on the East Coast. Ooh, where in California are you, Patrick? I think I remember having that conversation. What part of San Diego? I lived in Mission Valley, Fashion Valley, Santee, and I know, I'm trying to remember. Ooh, Quebec. Nice. Ooh, that's cool. I remember that now. Okay. Thought I remembered that you were in, I thought I remembered you and being in San Diego. We've had this conversation. I have a friend in Ottawa. Yeah, no, wish we could fix that, dude. Yeah, you're not that far from John. John's over in London. Round, round, get around. I'll get around. Yep. Oh my God. The funny thing is, I just listened to that song the other night while I was cooking. My parents managed an apartment building right across from the Emerald Towers. I am very familiar with downtown. Ah, the Gaslamp District. I want to go back to the Gaslamp District. Angel, if I were in the 70s, I definitely would have been. Let's see. But yes, I have quite a few hippie-like tendencies. And then what else? Yeah, the hippies had a lot of good ideas, but the hippies also ended up making themselves prime candidates to be recruited by cults. So that kind of makes me nervous. Oh, but John, they could be worse. So I'm not complaining about your bad puns. They actually make us laugh. Oh, yeah. There's not a dog in the... Oh, there is a dog in the bed. Whoops. Hey, sorry, Soldier Puppy. See, I didn't get to be... I ended up going goth while I was on active duty. And, you know, it suited me well. So, I'm not complaining. Had I been in my late teens to early 20s, when scene kids were a thing, I would have been. 'Cause, yeah. But by the time being a scene kid was a thing, I was a mom of 2, if not 3. So I couldn't easily. Hey, Andrea. My family has a ton of Irish heritage. I'm here. Uh-oh. I take it the rose quartz is not bringing self-love for you. Let me do some research. Get a hold of me via email on my website, and I'll see what I can help you with. You gotta give it time to work. It's not like overnight. Magic does not work in the snap of a finger. I wish. We're good people. Primarily because the universe does things in its own time, not on human time, and that kind of... It's frustrating, it sucks, but it also reminds us why the Bible said that patience is a virtue. What are we doing at the moment? We are chit-chatting. Oh. Cat. So I learned something the other day. Backstory. I was in jazz band when I was in high school. And I am still friends with a couple of the people that I was in jazz band with. And one of them sent a picture to me of our jazz band at one of our contests our senior year of high school. I am also friends on Facebook with our band director. So I turn around and forward it to him and say, hey, look what so-and-so just sent me. He's like, oh my God. So he shared it the next morning on his Facebook. And he's put on a little bit of weight since then. And one of his friends commented on how good he looked, and he's like, yeah, that was back in my marathon running days. And I'm like, how the fuck did I not know you ran marathons? Was I that oblivious in high school, everybody? I mean, the guy that I'm still friends with from jazz band grew up a Jehovah's Witness, and I did not know that until like 4 years ago. And just, yeah. I mean, the guy standing behind me that I had a crush on who was French braiding my hair and giggling about it should have been. But, no, it's not like Amazon or DoorDash, Patrick. And the point is, you put your energy out into the world saying, this is what I want to have happen for me. This is what I need. This is what I am hoping for. You put that intention out there and you burn the herbs or the candle or whatever, or charge that crystal up to, help attract what you're putting out there that you want and you need. And then you just have to be patient. I mean, hell, does your boss pay you $20 every hour because you worked an hour? No, you have to be patient. Whoa, wait. Why did we... Andrea. Yeah, that actually is a character, my friend. Right. There we go. How do we unhide? Shit. One of my mods mistook what you had said for something else. We sincerely apologize. I know. I saw Broken Angel ask what happened. I'm like, hey, we're sorry. Somebody misconstrued something. Yeah. It's a hazard of my mods being that much younger than I am to not pick up on some of the characters. Oh, dear Lord. You mean Jason Earls, the young man who played Hannah Montana's older brother that I went to the first half of my 9th grade year with? Yes! I will, like I said, if you email me, I will walk you through it. But yeah. The easiest way to charge a rose quartz is to set it in moonlight overnight of the full moon, which would be tonight. But make sure you take it back before the sun comes up. So, yeah, we have all of those things. Yup. And many of us are multiple things. Oh, thank you, Sky. I love that name. I really do love that name. My favorite part, though, is the fact that we have people who fall under multiple of those categories in the same person. I mean, I'm a tech person. I'm a tarot reader. I'm a witch. I'm a veteran. Somebody asked what I identify as yesterday, and I just started listing off all of the labels. Flint. That's a cool name. That is a very cool name. Was that this Oh, God. I thought it was yesterday. No, I didn't do that last night. My brain. See, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey shit. It has no meaning to me anymore. I'm sorry. I just did. Oh, and my doctor's moved. Oh, well. Oh, no. Oh, no. That is... please be careful that it's just a head cold and that it's not strep throat or even worse, the plague. Because apparently one of the new symptoms for the current round of the plague is a sore throat. So, yeah. And then a head cold. So, yeah. I will definitely be adding Andrea to the green candle. Not the bubonic plague. I refer to COVID as the plague. And during the lockdowns and stuff, I read someone say that, we really need to remove the phrase avoid something like the plague from our colloquial vocabulary because too many of us wouldn't. And I died. Peanut butter cookies. Good. All right. Itchy nose. But yeah. I have a ticked off kitty cat because he wants his squeezy treats, the kitty Go-Gurt, and he wants it every day, but if I give it to him every day, his tummy gets upset. Oof. Yeah, Irish, go get some sleep, sweetheart. Thank you, Puma. Yep. Fecht is one of Spawn's favorite words. Oh, I know the furry little monster. Meow? Okay. I love my kitty cat. I know. That's one hell of a typo, Irish. I like it. That looks like one I would do. So I used to joke about dyslexic fingers until I made a comment about it to someone who was actually dyslexic. And yeah. Nefurb. Patrick, the best relationships that I have been in are ones that grew from a really, really strong friendship. Yeah. Man behind the curtain and I were friends for what, 2-3 years, if not more. And my most recent ex-husband, we were friends for a good 6 months before we started dating. And high school boyfriend, we were friends for, well, let's see, most of my junior year, before we started dating. Sorry, my brain just kind of, for a second there. Yep, paychecks are good things. Yeah, that's like, this is not a word I allow around me for the most part. But the man behind the curtains and my little brother calls himself a retard on a regular basis. And it is hilariously funny to watch people correct him. And he's like, no, really, I have fetal alcohol syndrome. The technical definition of retarded is slow or such. And slow. He's a great kid. I love him. But he'll get people, oh, you're not retarded. You're not retarded. And I'm like, Oh my God. See, I don't have that. That's it. See, coming from a woman, That is what we want. But this also circles back to the fact that men are taught that the only reason to be nice and friendly is to get into her pants because, you know, your partner, your female partner is supposed to be the only person that you have any kind of intimacy with. And it just and so guys will see women who are willing to chat with them and hang out with them and go to the movies and do stuff with them, and as you know, she's stringing him along, whereas in her mind, oh, we're hanging out like friends because these are the same things that she'd do with her girlfriends. John, differently abled is not a very popular phrase in the disabled community. The Munchkin did? Cool. That would be Munchkin. No. I thought Munchkin had the purple. Interesting. Okay. That's interesting. Alright. Weird. Anyways. See. Exactly, Amy. Hey, Mohammed. Exactly. Okay. That's okay. Right? That's why I went. It's very otherizing. Somebody also said autism isn't real. What are the two of you doing, Patrick? You're dramatic. That's hilarious.
Oh, fuzzy boys. Come here. Hey, Kit Kat.
Oh, no. No. I'm just giving you a heads up. Hey, this is something that does not fly well in the disabled community. That's true. Okay, so you're just texting for now. That is the beginning of a friendship. Oh, Angel started high school. Any advice? Find your tribe. Find the extracurricular clubs or classes that you are going to enjoy. Find out who you are. That's the best advice I can give. Because some of the friends that I made through some of my extracurriculars in high school were great. And yeah. And honestly, if you find that, okay, I like band, I like music and drama now, because, you know, I'm starting high school, I love music, I love drama, it's great. And then you graduate high school and you kind of go, maybe I don't want to, You can reinvent yourself. Yes. Oh, yeah. Dyslexia. Oh, God. Dyslexia is awful. Dyscalculia, though, I think at times is worse. And yes. Oh, excuse me. And those of us on the spectrum are going to ask the very fun and interesting questions because we are the ultimate out-of-the-box thinkers. It's great. You have good friends, Irish. Georgia? Georgia? Because that's not a German flag. Yeah, dyscalculia is evil. Yeah, for Deutsch. Okay. I love you guys to bits. It has been almost 2 hours. We're going to hang out for about another 5 minutes. That makes sense. And then I think we're going to wrap up for the day because I have a million and one things I need to accomplish. And I'm getting the stink eye. Yes! Those are good friends. Those are good friends, Irish. Those are good. I know, I'm sorry. But... Maybe. There's a kitty cat. Yeah, oh my god. So, this evil dingbat. No, the other one. The dork. So, we take the dogs out to go potty, and there's a pit bull that lives next door that the blondes are friends with. This guy hates him. Go figure. So we're walking up into the front corner where the former Christmas tree is planted, and Luna goes pee next to the tree. Sarge goes pee next to the tree. This jerkwad stands behind Dad, picks his leg up, and pisses on the back of Dad's legs. This was like a month ago. And then about a week ago, yes, child, he and I are out. I've got both of the boys. I have both of the boys with me. I think Luna was out too. And this little asshole picks his leg up right over Sergeant. And I'm like, oh, hell no. You are not peeing on your brother. That is rude. All right, you can come say hi now. Hey, did you go, baby? Yeah. Hi. You want to go out for a minute? All right, we'll take a break. And Mama will take you out to go water the tree. That's my orange. You don't need the orange. Yeah. You good doggy. I have no idea. Hello. Okay, you ready to get down? Hop down. Don't land on the cat. Oh, jeez. Down. Thank you. No shit! People in school found your channel and now you're known as the train guy. Yep. I wanted to be a teacher. So the careers that I wanted, I wanted to be a music therapist because music was my life and I wanted to help people. And the incubator said, oh, you'd kill yourself after you took on your patient's problems as your own. So, dropped that idea. Then I decided, okay, well, I want to be an elementary school band or music teacher, you know, where I'm teaching beginner band and teaching, you know, maybe some beginning choir, chorus type stuff. And she's like, yeah, you don't want to go to school for an extra 12 years. You'd never make it. And I'm just like... So she destroyed any dream I had as a teenager. So I joined the military, came home after less than a year. My body betrayed me, as did my assaulter. Got married and had kids, and she shut up for a little while. And then she was really happy that I had boys, couldn't care about the middle child. And then I started talking about wanting to get a job because, you know, I wanted to get out of the house. Well, you can't handle keeping up the house and 3 kids. What makes you the way you are? What makes you think you could do it if you had a job, too? Nothing would ever get done. And I would end up taking care of your kids more than I already do. Do you want me to raise your children? So there went that idea. Then the VA introduced me to yoga, and I decided I really wanted to teach yoga. Why do you want to do that? Oh my God, it's a waste of money and nobody's going to want to learn from you anyway. 15 years later, here I am. I finally got my fucking yoga teacher certificate in 2023 and yeah. I hated her. Dude, we don't proselytize the Bible in here. Most of us in here know the Bible quite well, and that is part of why we are no longer Christian. Well, it took her dying in 2019 for me to finally realize that I could do some of the things that she had told me I couldn't. And then she would bitch, oh, you self-sabotage at the very last minute every time. Sure, John, go ahead. And I'm like, huh? She's like, you self-sabotage every time. And then I'm doing my teacher training. $3,500 expenditure, so not exactly cheap. And as soon as we're done with the April weekend, because it was the first weekend of the month for like 10 months, we finished the next to the last weekend. And I am now utterly and completely terrified. What am I going to do to fuck it up? How am I going to ruin this like I did everything else in my life? Father's Day comes and passes. I take my final, and when I send my final test in, I tell my teacher, hey, Navy. And I tell, and I in the response that I send with the test, I'm like, I know I flubbed at least 2 of the questions here, but you know, I think I did pretty well. So about 30 minutes later, I get a reply from her, and she's like, I have no idea what you are talking about. You got a perfect score, and you gave better answers than some of the students who have been studying yoga longer than you have. I'm like, oh. And that's when it dawned on me. I didn't self-sabotage because I didn't have someone, you know, whispering in my ear, you're going to fuck up, you're going to fuck up, you're going to fuck up, you're going to fuck up. Irish, go get some sleep. Not going to go there. Okay, y'all, we are going to take a quick break because I got to get puppies out to water the tree. And I got to refresh my coffee because Witchy Mama wants more coffee. And we will be right back. Okay? Okay. Oh, yep. Because we don't proselytize. Yeah. Sergeant. All right.
Hasta la vista, baby.
furry heathen. Come here. Can I have my chair back? I'll put you in yours. Come here. Oh, forget it. You're just going to stay in my lap for a bit. Doom. Alright, doop. Okay. Hello. He stole my chair. Alright, and there we go. Now he's gonna go find out why his brother is borking. Alright. Ow. Oh god. Hiccups. I'm gonna kill the hiccup fairy, I swear. Huh?
You were in the bathroom? I thought this was JM.
No. Hi. He just busted ass in the hallway outside my door.
Huh? No, I didn't.
Oh. Oh.
Dog.
Oh, apparently it was the dog made noise. Spawn is saying hi. He's standing here in my doorway. So we have what we call the hiccup fairy. She comes by and sprinkles hiccups on you. And the poor munchkin used to get the hiccups all the damn time. So we finally decided we were going to catch and torture the hiccup fairy one of these days. Still want to. And then there was the conversation. Oh, I can reread it. I think you did, though. Pretty sure we did. Anyways. So the movie The Tooth Fairy with The Rock playing the Tooth Fairy came out. And the kids and I and the man behind the curtain are having a conversation about the Tooth Fairy and discussing whether the Tooth Fairy is a boy or a girl. And one of the kids, I believe it was Spawn, piped up with, well, what if she's transgender? Or what if the Tooth Fairy's transgender? And I'm like, yeah. I am so sorry, Irish. I know the feeling you are having that, oh my God, I just cannot sleep and I have something important to do tomorrow. And at this point, if I fall asleep, I'm not going to hear my alarm and I'm not going to wake up and I'm going to be late and it's just going to ruin everything. Yep. Well, hello to you too. I have everybody. Sergeant Snuggle Puppy is guarding Mom from the doorway, as you hear. Tookers is in the doorway. Luna is laying right next to me. And the Furry Overlord is in the chair in the back of the room. The reason I just screamed is he just nudged at my hand that had this. And I was afraid it was going to spill. Sweet boy, why are you harassing me? Ow! Your toe beans are rough. Ow. Yes, I know. You do not need to get up in my lap again. Now you scared your sister off. Sorry. I am so sorry. But, he nudged. He likes to nudge my elbow. And I need to break myself of having my drink in my left hand because it's always the left elbow he goes for. Da-da-da-da. Hey, Amy, did you see the screenshot I sent you last night? Yep. Let's see. Dogs have ADD and cats have autism. Yes. Sounds familiar, Irish. I've been there. Yeah. Fully agree. And it's just is no fun. There we go. Ow. He got me good. That one actually left a red welt. Oops. Yep. So far. And Oh, I believe that is on order as well. Hold on. I need to confirm that one. But yes, we are taking care of that. Yes. Sergeant Snuggle Puppy does the bork bork. He's a good puppy. He's my good pupper. I love that stupid dog more than I want to acknowledge. Okay, that's mine. That's mine. I swear to God I had a couple of other things, but cool, Roni. Dogs are awesome. What local? It is 3:45 p.m. right now. Oh my God, I looked at the clock and totally did not even think about the fact that there's a timestamp on the comment. Oh, Irish, my dear. That was a problem I had a lot of because I was terrified of people judging me for doing stuff that I enjoy or just being me in public. It's going to happen. And the best way you can deal with that is to just ignore it and not care. It's a tank top. Yeah, dogs are the best. Have any of my kids ever woke me up with an army wake-up call? Which one? Because my brother almost got himself ended because he came over and did not even think about the fact that our next door or our neighbor across the street was a Marine veteran. Dad was a sub vet. My ex-husband, then current husband, was also a Navy veteran, and me, and my incubator. So he brought over a general quarters klaxon and set it off right outside the front door. The neighbor across the street was in our front yard or in our driveway in like 30 seconds or less. My ex-husband was dressed and in the driveway in about 30 seconds. It took Dad about 60 seconds because he had to figure out how to get dressed with his oxygen on. Yeah. I thought my dad was going to slay my brother in that moment, and it was glorious. Yeah, it's a Samsung. Witch tattoo. Oh, the only one you can see. I'm like... Nice. Adoro. A former friend's ex-husband, his name is Todd. She calls him Toad. I find that amusing. Oh, you're fine, John. I mean, it's not like I'm not doing any better. I mean, hey, I'm just the one on camera here. Trying to fix a candle that has been annoying me for a little bit. There. Much better. There we go. All right. Now, as for my tattoos, this was my dad's United States Navy rating badge. This is mine. My semi-witchy tattoo, because it's got or yoga witchy, it's got the lotus for the yoga and the moon phases for the witch. My music/suicide awareness. And then the other three I can't show you easily. Yes, I like Samsung. I like Motorola. But there's a completely unrelated reason as to why I like Motorola. My uncle used to work our research and development for Motorola. So, I just thought it was pretty cool. Good. Irish, keep it up. Yeah. My bonus kid took me to get my nails done. It's easy. I recognized her as well. Ours. Father of the one you be living with. So, the one who was recently sending really amusing memes to the family chat. Yeah, you are not the only one I know of that their ancient MacBook is still running. We bought... Nope. Oh God, I wish. This is Dr. Pepper cream soda, and I have a cup of coffee sitting in the Keurig waiting for my pumpkin spice creamer. Overall, I do not drink alcohol. I do once or twice a year, primarily because I know that I come from a family of alcoholics, and I do not care to fall into that. And the spawn is getting loud. Uh-oh. What happened today, John? That's cute. No, John! Oh, that's horrible. Yep. The only thing I use that would be considered drugs these days are my caffeine, my sugar, and I do consume cannabis because I tell you what, it is so much better than the handful of pills that the VA wanted me to take. I was just thinking about the psych med doctor that I was seeing out in the community for a while. I told her I wanted to wean off of a lot of the psych meds I was taking. And she's like, oh no, I would rather see you wean off of the cannabis. And I'm like, why? It has fewer intolerable side effects than any of the drugs I am currently taking. It is easier on my system than the drugs that I am currently taking. And it's completely legal. So why would, and you know, I do kind of like the way I feel when I get high. So why would I want to do that? Oh, you are so amazing, my love. It's hot coffee. What did you... Oh, the water bottle attacked you. I am so sorry, babe. That one doesn't even need to be in here. I don't know why it is. Oh, it attacked his shin. Yeah. I drink. Food is good, Angel. Yep. I get the same thing, Irish. Irish is saying that he never actually thought about how many people would hate so much just because they want to exist. Because trans people want to exist and live and be a normal person. And we get shit on for saying, you know, that we want them to have this. After my neck surgery, I told my surgeon I am allergic to narcotics. And he's like, so how do you plan on managing post-operative pain? And I'm like, to be straight up honest with you, cannabis. He's like, okay. Come to find out that part of the reason he just went, okay, is his father uses cannabis for migraine relief and other pain relief. And his father was a professional athlete, a very famous professional athlete. But, you know, so it kind of explained why when I said that's how I was going to manage it, he went, Roger that, we're good, and kept right on going. Yeah. Oh, even better, Amy. Cool. Oh, yeah. That's actually my cousin's birthday. Amy, they also, and you probably would have been, might have hit double digits by the time What Would Jesus Do became a thing. And it was hammered into our heads over and over and over again, you know, to think, what would Jesus do? How would Jesus act in this situation? Blah, 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 blah. And we actually live that. And people are like, you're wrong. We don't actually want you to do that. Who, what, huh? Oh, name? Okay. Hey, NattyGod66 over on Insta. I am saying hi, giving you a heads up. Ah, bummer. I don't see the people who come in on Instagram. Yep. That is so cool, John. Oh, yeah. He would. Irish, sleep. Oh, this is just my favorite coffee cup. It has been since I acquired it. You missed the pseudo office tour we gave, but I have a tiny little hanging thing, because the word is not coming. Tapestry! Yay! I have a tiny little tapestry that has the same print on it. Honey, did this cup finish off that creamer? Can you add just a smidge more? Yeah, and it's pink. You just can't see that it's pink behind the Lisa Frank blanket. But yes, most everything in my office here is pink. Pink is not my favorite color, but it ended up becoming the color of my business. And I really love it. Because it suits me. Yes, the coffee and cues and my name and the outside of the frame are the pink that we use for my business here. I love it. I love my children. Yep. That is true. You're also AI. 21 clicks. Yes. And then we have this in pink. Yep. The font and the font and the outside circles. Excuse me. It is my pink, my business pink. Oh, cheese and crackers. See, that's why I don't like drinking Dr. Pepper on stream. I am kind of bummed today. Excuse me? No. She asked if Irish was trans, and he said no. Amy chimed in with, hi, I'm the one who's actually named Iris, and I am. And then she wanted us to block my cousin. Why am I bummed? Y'all remember when I got the message a couple of weeks ago that my friend had passed away? Her celebration of life is tonight, and I do not have a way to get to it. So I'm kind of bummed, but you know, it might actually end up being a good thing.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, it'd be way too expensive. It'd be like $200 to Uber down there. Not from here. And the one person I was going to have a ride just came and picked up the other bonus kid, so I'm pretty sure they decided they didn't want to go either. And you know, it's not a bad thing because I really don't want to have to deal with her ex, the one who is doing the whole celebration of life. Yeah, that's tonight. And they're holding it, and they are holding it at the Best Buy that she worked out of. I can't remember what time. 7:30 to 9:30 at the Federal Way Best Buy. I have no idea. Yeah. So, yeah. Kind of bummed, but honestly, I don't have to deal with her ex, so I can handle it. Because there is a reason that I have not spoken with her ex since since my son graduated high school. She assaulted my little sister and assaulted my soul sister. And I am not here for that shit. That don't fly. And so I have barely spoken to her in almost 10 years. What? I wish. No, she truly did care for my friend. But the army did a number on her. I feel that one, Irish. Will you get your nose out of your brother's junk? See, I am connecting with my family, finally. Because the only immediate family... Yeah. The immediate family that I grew up with, 2 of my 3 brothers I want nothing more to do with. Yes, it was a dog moment. So, with the incubator gone, I am now being able to connect with my extended family on her side. What did you do? That was actually, I was going to ask if you had a hole in your lip. Okay. Yeah. Since you moved up here. Uh-huh. What? You what? Did you hear this? Oh, welcome home, brother. What branch? My daddy was a submariner in Vietnam. I am technically a Desert Storm vet. So, hi, Eric. My daddy was Vietnam. Technically, I am Desert Storm. The youngest of my brothers is Desert Storm, OIF, OEF. My first and second husbands were both technically like me, Desert Storm vets. Husband number 3 was OIF, OEF. So. Yes. Desert Storm was 91 through the end of 95. And I got my National Defense Medal for having survived boot camp in 95. Found out that we were like not the last push to get the National Defense. I think it was the one after us. Well, first thing I have to ask Batman, are you male or female? I'm going to assume from the Batman you're male. And it honestly depends on where your interest lies. And yes, nope, you don't want to go. Do not join the military, not until this administration is no longer in power. No. And the stain of it is well done and gone. It's not safe. Straight up, not safe. When I was in 30 years ago, it was something like 6 out of 10 women were sexually assaulted or harassed while on active duty. It is now up to at least 8, if not 9 out of 10 are sexually harassed or assaulted while on active duty. The number of sexual assaults that led to of the woman have increased. I don't know the numbers, but a lot. And when women report to their commands that they're being stalked, harassed, or have been assaulted, they are told, oh, suck it up, buttercup. You knew what you were getting into when you signed the paperwork and raised your hand. Or she is diagnosed with a personality disorder that is non-conducive to military service and kicked out while he gets to go on and, serve with honors. Oh boy, Andrea. Which one? Hey, Bob. Yeah, I didn't mean to put that much in it. That was my experience. That was my former best friend's experience, as well as literally every woman I know who has served in the military has at the very least gotten inappropriate comments. Excuse you, do you belong over there? Smart choice. What are the signs of DID? Losing time. Having periods of time where you have absolutely no idea what happened, such as, such as I'm sitting here chit-chatting with you. I glance at the clock. Okay, it's 4 o'clock right now. Blah, blah, blah. I keep doing what I'm doing. Look over, and I feel like it's been 10 minutes and it's 7 p.m. and I'm still streaming. People around you that you converse with regularly get pissed off at you because of an argument you had that you have absolutely no memory of having. You've dissociative identity disorder, Mimi. Or you have clothes and makeup that you find that you have no memory of buying, much less would you wear. Yeah. However, DID is caused by prolonged, sustained trauma prior to the personality fully forming at age 5. My trauma started before my memories do. And it was constant, and yeah, I truly did live in fear because my abuser told me that if I ever told anyone, he would get very, very, very angry with me. And his temper, to this day, terrifies me because I have seen him all but murder someone because he was pissed off at them. So, yeah, I did not want to make him mad. That is why I did not disclose the fact that he had done this to me until I was 14, 15 years old, told my parents, and my mother said, he did not do that to you. He would do that to his little sister. You're just telling us that because you're pissed off at him and want to get him in trouble. Yeah. So, yeah, nope. So that was that sustained trauma. That is why I have CPTSD and DID. Yeah, nope. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Might wish it on my mother. There's a reason I say, I'm sorry, Andrea. I am very open about the fact that I am a survivor. I do not tell my story because I want to play the perpetual victim. I do not tell my story because I want people to feel sorry for me or pity me or anything like that. I tell my story because I am still here. I am kicking. I am screaming. I am surviving. And a lot of the time, I am even actually thriving in my life today. I want other survivors to know it's possible. Oh no, I wish even worse things on my brother. Thank you. Thank you, Scott. You're a doll. Once told my favorite pharmacy tech that he was a doll. And he's like, no, it's an action figure, thank you. And he kept right on going. And the fact that he just deadpanned it, it took me a second to realize what he had said, and I just started dying of laughter. He's like, I am so glad you got that. Life after trauma is hard, especially if you don't have support and therapy. I agree with you, John. Thank you, Andrea. And also, Andrea, if I start telling some of this and I trigger you, please scream at me to shut up. Because the last thing I want to do... Yep. Oh, yeah. Okay. And Mimi, if I trigger you guys, please scream at me. I have had some really awesome therapists. I've had a couple of really shitty therapists. My current therapist isn't bad, but she has some things that she just doesn't quite understand. And so, yeah. I'm still seeing her because she has been helpful. But, yeah. I wish I still had access to my trauma therapist. Apparently, I need to convince the VA to give me a new referral to her. My first outside of the family assault happened when I was 14, right after my paternal grandmother passed away. So my dad was back in the Midwest for that. It happened. I wrote in my diary that we had slept together, did not say anything else because I could not even admit to myself at that point how many times I had said no and that I never changed my mind. The fucking cunt read my diary and then 2 months later screamed at me about it. And when I told her that I did not consent, she slapped me and said, "Don't lie." That was her stance up until the day she died, even though I told her that the SOB was now sitting in prison for soliciting a minor. And this had been his MO for a long time. Yeah. Well, where she is warm and deep. I mean, hey. That's... I know that feeling. The only thing in my life by the time I graduated boot camp that was truly me was my love of country music and just love of music. Everything else, my taste in books, my taste in TV shows, movies, etc., were all those of my high school boyfriend. Because he put the pieces back together after my assault as a sophomore. I started dating him May of my junior year. I can understand that, John. You are a very compassionate person, and for you the idea of harming another is not okay. I am very much the same way. I need a fridge in here. Y'all have no idea where that came from. I am so sorry. Okay. Taking sip of coffee. Glanced over to table, saw creamer sitting on table, realized it's going to be sitting there for a little while. And my brain went, yeah, but if I had a fridge in here, it wouldn't be a problem. Welcome to my ADHD brain. Uh-oh. He's drumming his fingers. What? I'm getting bitched at, y'all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I just realized how, hey, cool. But yeah. Yes, I want a mini. There was a mini fridge in here at one point, but the owner of it moved out and handed it over to the spawn. Excuse you. Excuse you. No. I am at work right now. I need you to go elsewhere and be quiet, please. All I saw was dice both of them and mix them and toast them together, and my brain is like, we're doing what with the dog and the kid? Oh, damn. Yup. I have lost count of the number of times I have attempted. I do know that the last serious attempt was about 23 years ago. Yeah. I'm so glad I'm not the only one there. I had to just look up and, scroll back up through some of the conversation and go, what the hell is he dicing up? Are we dicing the dog and my ex-roommate?
Mr. Wolfers, out.
Yes. No, we're not gonna hurt Tookers. Oh, Daddy's getting the look.
You will get dinner in 45 minutes. You can go lay down and wait. Don't you give me that look.
I wish you guys could see this. He is talking to the dog, and the dog can actually understand what he is saying, and I know it. Sorry. Okay. So, he convinced Sarge to come out of the office and tried to herd him into the living room. Sarge took 2 steps and then stopped, so Daddy went, yoink! Air jail for the puppy boy. My last serious attempt, I was pregnant with Spawn. Okay, no worries, Sky. I was pregnant with Spawn and had been forced to move in with my parents because I had nowhere else to go. I had gone on a date around Halloween, and we got a motel room, and I had gotten into yet another fight with the incubator, and I had all my meds with me, so I just called my friend who knew my parents, had my parents' phone numbers and everything, told her what I had done, and she's like, if you do not go puke right now, staying on the phone so I hear it happen, I will call your mother and she will be the one raising your kids. Do you want that? Hey, Raven. So, yeah. Oh, good job, Batman. Oh, I know. I know that feeling, Mimi. I used to do that too. It hurts. Wait. Yeah. I know that feeling. By the way, congratulations, Batman. That is so awesome. It really is. I don't know if I said that. I know I thought it. But, it doesn't always make it from here to here. And then there are times when it doesn't stop between here and here. Hey, Jordan. But yeah. I can... yes. I can imagine being happy that you can feel the pain in your toes. I mean, that's... yeah. It's like me and my thumb. By the way, if I didn't see you, I didn't say what I thought I did. Hi, Raven. By the way, we said happy birthday to 12 earlier. We are almost at 3. How has it already been 45 minutes since we took a break and took the doggos to pee? Jiminy Christmas. He's still laying here protecting the mama. Of all of the sounds that he makes that come through the wall the most, his laugh carries so much. Charles. I can hear Charles just dying of laughter over that one. A dear friend of ours. I just said, we said happy birthday to him. Cool! Pride bracelets are cool! Yes, we did remember it was 12's birthday. And yes, he very much takes after his mother. He has the best laugh, too. I saw that. Yes, left. There we go. Da-da-da-doo. That's going in the list. Clear to the left. Clear to the left. There you go. May, right? May, right? Yes. Yes. Scrolling up. There it is. Thump. There we go. We'll save it later. Oh no! Well, that sucks, Raven. But yes, we did remember, we said happy birthday. I'm very happy about that. All right. Oof. Itchies. All right, y'all. Oh, shit. There we go. Okay, I got a question for you guys. So you know how we do our holidays? We have a small issue. I think so. We'll make sure. That's hilarious. You know how we do our holidays? The man behind the curtain typically gets them edited and posted the next day. So something we are considering is, would you guys object if we did tomorrow's holidays during the live stream? Batman is my youngest son, and he shares this wall with me right next to me. So occasionally, when he is being particularly effusive, the dude is a stage actor, has no concept of volume and projection. So occasionally he is audible through my microphone, or he'll just make some noise and I'll just jump and randomly look that way. Oh God, I wanted to kill him. So, Batman is my youngest son. That's true too. Yep. I can hear him talking. I know he's playing video games with somebody. And the funny thing is, his computer is in that corner of the room. It literally sits next to my altar. Behind his closet. And his bed is right here next to me. If he is at his computer, I don't hear him as much. But if he is sitting on his bed talking to somebody, I can hear the entire conversation. Go eat, Andrea. Well, see, my house is a whopping 1,010 square feet for a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom home. We sit on a 1/4 acre. That's the best aspect. So we have this little bitty house that we are all up each other's asses. So we have to be able to get along with each other and laugh. I am so jealous, Raven. Olote. I want olote. I need to go to the store and get some corn. and some fresh parmy and all of that good happy horse shit. God, that sounds good. We have not bought butter since the last time I bought butter at Costco pre-plague. What do you do? What are we doing? Can we please keep Mom's feet out of the play zone? Yes. Apparently it did not quite work out. I'm not sure where it is. Might be. Might be. It's in storage. Oh my good gods. Will you stop that? You have half an hour yet. You are going to be patient. I know patience is not a virtue you happen to possess most of the time, but you're going to be patient. Your point? He's saying I'm trying to reason and logic with a dog. Exactly my point. He says he just did it successfully, so if Dad can do it, Mom can do it, right? No, he's hungry. They went out to potty, and now he thinks that because, you know, his tummy timer went off, it's time for that can. No, because if I do that now, then when we fall back an hour, we're going to be doing that at 3:30 in the afternoon. No, that don't work. So, do not look at me in that tone of voice. I am getting the stink eye. He's not quite cheeching at me, but he's definitely glaring at me. It's great. I love my child. What are you doing? Get your nose out of where it don't belong. Oh, the don't look at me in that tone of voice? I believe that is in the plans, Raven. Kat, Amy and I were just talking that last night. I may toss you into the conversation with. All right, y'all. Welcome back, John. Welcome back. Now I have the theme song to Welcome Back Cotter playing in my head. Man. I know nothing about it. Yup. Oh, my poor baby. You itchies. I'm going to put you in the bath. I'm going to put you in the bath. Do you want to go take a bath? I'm hoping so too. Brain, come on. We don't. Nice. Where did my brain go? My brain just completely derailed. Yeah, no, not cool. It had something to do with Welcome Back Cotter and music, and then the train just keeled over. Free food is good. Free food is always good. I am so looking forward to the Maybon market. Oh, Raven, you didn't hear. I am absolutely loving the spawn right now. Because I snagged an infographic. See you soon, Batman. Do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing. And you'll know when we're posting. So, I sent the spawn an infographic about, you know, a Maybon simmer pot. I told him, hey, I need you to pick up these things. So he grabbed me an orange, a packet of bay leaves to write wishes on, Cinnamon sticks are 12 to 15 bucks for a little jar of them. So we didn't do that. Welcome back, Sky. He couldn't find the pomegranate seeds. So I will use ground cinnamon. Yeah. And, ground cinnamon. I'll rescue an apple from the front yard. And we'll either do without the pomegranate seeds or I will acquire them. And I'm going to do a simmer pot. And the man behind the curtain came up with the absolutely brilliant forking idea of making the simmer pot in the cauldron bowl that Cat got me. Because, you know, it's a cauldron. Why not use it as a simmer pot? It's perfect. So we're going to have fun with that. Hey, Patrick, you're back. Back. Huh. Stronger than ever. Anyway, shut up. My brain is on fire today. Oh, in so many ways. But yeah, I'm just me. Oh, cookies. My cookies all got et. I wanted a couple more cookies and... Oh, that's true. They're still dog nuts. Nope. None of the three of them are fake. I have actually been accused of looking like Samara. My sister told me straight up that I had to change my profile picture on Facebook because she logged into Facebook one day and Samara was staring at her. So, yeah. What the fluff? He's chasing his tail. Okay. Oh, I figured you weren't referring to me, but that people talking about her always remind me of my poor sister going, I need you to change that because you just scared the hell out of me. That poor woman. She did not live with me at that point, but had lived with me when we watched The Ring. And that movie scared the fuck out of her. That poor woman. So her boys decided to, you know, torture her with it. My nephews are not sweet, innocent little boys by any means of the word. But yes, all of the jewelry is genuinely, hey, that's kind of cool looking, pierced through. And then got the daith piercing. Oh, can't get that one. Oh, I like horror movies. But I can only do horror movies at home where I can, you know, pause it for a couple of minutes, go grab a cup of coffee, stretch, or whatever, so that I can bring the anxiety level down and my blood pressure down, and then start over or continue on. It took us, I think we had to take 4 breaks through The Ring. Believe we watched The Ring 2 the same night. The Chicken Kabbalah. What, sweetheart? What? I love it when YouTube knows exactly what I want. Right, there we go. I am going to share a link for you guys. And you're gonna either love me or hate me for this one. But it's great. Going to give me a second. Alright. No pun about the book. Oi. No. That's possible. By the way, click that link at your own risk. It's hilariously funny. No, that sucks. You want to know what really sucks? along with everything else this body has going on with it, I have oral allergy syndrome, which means things that once I swallow them, I'm fine. I'm not allergic to them. But if they're in my mouth, it fucks everything up. And this includes cantaloupe, pineapple, avocado, strawberries, and a couple of other things. Peaches, I think, are another one. Did I said pineapple? I said pineapple. Bananas, pineapple, cantaloupe, and avocado are the main ones that I eat. And what happens is while I'm eating it, my mouth feels like it's acid burned. But as soon as I get it out of my mouth, I'm fine. I forgot the cantaloupe was one of my triggers for that, because I haven't eaten really good fresh cantaloupe, fresh ripe cantaloupe in a while. I was at a meeting with a friend the other night, and there was a bowl of fresh cut cantaloupe, and I'm like, ooh, yum, I love cantaloupe. And I ate like 3 pieces, and then realized why my mouth had started hurting and felt stupid. Will you please get off the nebulizer cord? You need to not be over there. I don't care. Go lay down. No. Go lay down before you break my nebulizer or my microphone. Thank you. Some allergies are an autoimmune issue. It does. But thank you, John. John went and watched the video. Is that not a wonderful video? Isn't it great? Either Munchkin or Spawn introduced me to it. It may have been both of them. Now, the absolute worst part about the oral allergy syndrome is the fact that I love cantaloupe, I love pineapple, I love bananas, although the bananas also tend to trigger a latex reaction because they do that. So yeah, it's just... But guac, man. I can't eat guac in the amounts I used to because my body hates me. I asked him if he'd seen it, and he's like, yes. Good to know. No, I have not heard. Yes. With the tail wagging and the dobby ears, and he's just, yeah, I've got the whole shit kit and caboodle here. Oh, dear Lord. I'll have to. Hey, honk honk. How are you doing today? I will... Oh, I'm scared now. Roar! Oh my goodness! Ah, it's Roblox. Yeah. Oh, is that the freaking cult that was recruiting little kids in Roblox? That is horrible. And see, I also have mast cell activation syndrome. So anything that is just a minor allergy can turn into an anaphylactic allergy in like a heartbeat, which is so immensely frustrating. Yep. But my doctor diagnosed me with MCAS. And then said, you're on all of the meds. You're on the entire protocol other than one thing, and you've been on and off of that for the entire time I've known you, so we're just going to say you have it and run with it because you've had the random anaphylactic reaction that you have no idea what triggered it. Yeah. I've heard about them. That is utterly freaking terrifying. And it goes along with the fact that today's teenagers and early 20s who grew up playing games like Final Fantasy and some of the others, or the first-person shooters, Call of Duty and that they do not quite comprehend that when you shoot someone and they go down, they will not get back up. And I am convinced that there are kids out there who genuinely think, oh, well, they should respawn. Yeah. Syndicate sounds vaguely familiar. But then there once... Nice. There was also a text-based game. Motherfucker! Saw that happening and tried to prevent it. My wick thing just took a nosedive into my coffee cup. But there was a text-based game that was based on The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I got to beta test that one. That was so much fun. But, you know, having programmers in the family, we get to do shit like that. I'm a fork and klutz. Sounds about right. One of my kids wanted to become a video game designer and developer. They are taking kids who are, you know, 12 and under, like 8 to 12, and recruiting them, brainwashing them, and telling them that if they do this same stuff out in the real world, they'll respawn. And the kids are believing it, and their parents are not monitoring what they're doing in game or in Messenger outside of the game. And yeah, so mom and dad have no idea until their kid goes and does something incredibly stupid. We'll catch up, baby. And you know what? We're going to pivot real quick. Yep. I also have to laugh that my family told me repeatedly that they just knew I was going to be recruited into a cult because I was so gullible and blah 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 blah. And then every last one of them became MAGA, including my mother, who spent the entire 80s and 90s talking about what a trash human DJT is. Yup. Well, I did join the cult of the United States Navy, but other than that, who do you think recruited me? Yup. All right. That wasn't where I wanted to be anyway. I'm listening, name. Tell me who recruited me and how. It is fun, I'll tell you. Let's see. Oh. Nice. Scary Spice was not even my favorite, but that's beside the point. All right, let's see. Oh, they should be placed on the earth or a natural surface. I use a charging plate that's suspended in my circle. There we go. My favorite Spice Girl. Okay. It was not Posh. She was, yeah, no. Ginger. the redhead. Mel B is okay. Don't get me wrong. She's okay. She just, I have never been. No, Mel B was sporty. The blonde was Baby. Posh is married to the soccer player. Yeah. That could be fun. Yes, that's actually what I'm looking up. Amy asked me a question one-on-one here, that I actually think, it's in the Witchy School in my Discord server. I think actually discussing how to charge crystals under the full moon would be a good idea. All right, so I'm trying to find a good way to why you shouldn't charge your crystals under the full moon. Here they come. Some noise happened at the other room that got their attention. There we go. All right, how to charge and cleanse. All right. There are multiple methods to cleanse your crystals. Let's see. Returning your crystal to nature and using nature elements to cleanse and charge your crystals is always effective and powerful. So, moonlight and sunlight. One of the best times to cleanse and charge crystals is the new moon and the full moon of every month. Moonlight and sunlight at any time will charge and cleanse your crystals. However, during the new and full moons, the moon and planetary energy is much more intense and amplified. Sunlight, you have to be careful charging your crystals in sunlight, because there are some crystals, such as this one, that will lose their color if they are left in the sun. This particular rose quartz egg sat on a windowsill for way too long, because it used to be just as pink as the bowl. You can see the difference. No, actually, you can't really. Trust me, there's a color difference. Yup. Ah. Dad caved. You want to eat?
All right. All right.
He's a good boy. I had to cue him. All right. So, I will add to also be forewarned that white sage, which is what most people think of when they think sage, white sage is a closed practice because sage itself is endangered and it is a sacred herb to the Native Americans. That said, I will get to other herbs that you can smoke cleanse with. But sunbathing, you want to be careful that it is not a crystal that will either shatter if it gets too hot, fade if it is in the sun for too long, etc. However, moonlight is a great way to cleanse your crystals. And I use it almost every month. So what you do is you leave your crystals outside to bathe in the moon for at least 4 hours or overnight to achieve that deep cleansing, but you want to remove them before the sun hits them, because again, a lot of crystals that work well in the moonlight do not in the sunlight, and there are some belief systems that feel if you have done the charging in the moon and you allow them to sit in the sun, it just kind of destroys it. It just defeats the purpose. You can, if you don't want to leave them outdoors, you can set them on a windowsill that has moonlight coming in. Also, be careful. Be careful of rain, because a lot of crystals are water soluble. Another way to cleanse and ground your crystal is to earth it, i.e. bury it in some dirt. Flower pots work wonderfully for that. Natural bodies of water, if you have a lake, a river, a stream, a creek nearby, running water is awesome. You can also potentially use moon water for that, which would be what I have there. And you want to make sure before you use water that your crystal is water safe. Let's see. Crystals with other crystals. Selenite is awesome, and it does not, if I remember right, necessarily require cleansing and charging itself. Clear quartz can also be cleansing. What, dear? Selenite, yes, is water soluble. You do not want to get it wet. Even the moonlight coming through the clouds is okay because it will still work. Because, you know, the energy is still there. Silver Fox, I have had 3 different people ask how to charge and cleanse crystals. No, you will not be able to charge it and charm it so that it works literally in minutes. That is not the way magic works. We are not charmed witches. We are not the Wicked Witch of the West or the Good Witch of the North. It does not work. You have to be patient. Ooh. Yeah, I missed mine. We'll do it later. Yes, actually, John, you can. Until I started using these to hold my cards, I kept a stick of selenite in the box that I kept my cards in, and it really, my cards liked it. I do, and that's why now they sit generally touching a piece of selenite. Because it just, I like the way it feels when I'm handling them afterwards. Can I trust you to not jump into my coffee again? That was kind of disgusting. Donk. All right. Yeah. I have an idea what I could do. I just need to swap them over to the other side. If it will fit, that would be awesome, Amy. Otherwise, I do have smaller chunks that I can probably find for you. That's true. As the man behind the curtain says, you know, the fact that you are taking the energy out of the cards and it's uplifting your spirit, it's simply a reminder that our connection with everything around us is eternal. Yes, he did. I have much smaller chunks that will fit in the box because that's what I kept in my box. And you want to know the funny thing? This one sits with my remotes. I could have handed it to you. Thank you, babe. But yeah. Crystal charging. Hey, babe. Can you make a note that I need to make sure that one of our Witchy 101 or 201 courses is crystals? I'm going to confirm that. Yup. My cards, my unicorns, oh my gods. There is a reason that my unicorns are my daily deck. Because if I don't use them at least once a month, they get mad at me. That's when I'm playing 78 card pickup for a while, and then they just won't communicate until I've shuffled them 5 or 6 or 20 times. But again, they're unicorns. We should expect this. Then you're going to have a baked crystal. It's not going to do anything for you. And you may very well damage the crystal. I cannot remember how heat sensitive rose quartz is. But I am going to keep repeating. Does not matter what crystal you have, what herbs you burn, any of it. It is not going to work overnight. I promise. Yeah. Because it just, the universe doesn't work that fast. My friend, I have done numerous spells for self-love and to attract love, and not a goddamn one of them worked overnight. The shortest amount of time any of them took was 2 weeks. Hey, Omar. Good luck with that, friend. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. I think one of the Witchy 101 classes is familiars, too. Amen to that, Amy. Yeah, that would be something that our uncle, the biological one, has commented on a few times. Because him's be's an engineer. I can't wait to get it filmed for everybody. I am just, but this is a heads up. This is the first time we have attempted something this massive an undertaking, in the life of this business. It's an 18 to 20 episode series with the long form, and then I want to do the short forms as well, and it's just gonna be interesting. We do. But we also have to keep it real and understand that there are some things that just are not physically, theoretically, or in any way, shape, form, or fashion possible. Cosmically possible. Thank you, my dear. Jason. We need to get him in here. Oh, dear God. Could you... Oh, no. That would be a bad idea. Could you imagine Jason being in one of these chats with us? Yeah, but not long enough to release. The first person who was rude to me would be on his shit list. It's kind of amazing and amusing. You. Oh. Yeah. Oh, girl. I think you and Jason would get along. Jason's entire purpose for living right now is he wants to figure out how to do cold fusion. Yeah, cold fusion, because he wants to create the Star Trek warp drive. That's true. How do I shuffle my deck? I can show that. I'll pull the oracles out. I do bridge and shuffle. Because honestly, doing it any other way just doesn't work for me. Can you aim the card at me? See, I do it this way. And then that's how I shuffle. And what I do is I will shuffle them 4 times. 1. It would. 2. 3. Miyagi, what? 3. 1 more. 4. Yep. Okay. Okay. So, shuffled 4 times, then when it comes time to cut, we put the first one dead center. Second cut to the right, third cut to the left, fourth cut in between the right and center, fifth between the left and center. Pick them up from the left, flip them over so they are upside down because the way I draw is like that. Changes will be made. That's how I shuffle. And I appreciate you asking that, because there are times that I will bitch that I know I shuffled these damn cards. Why am I pulling the same cards I pulled yesterday? Or the same card will pop up 3 or 4 times in a week, and I'll be like, okay, what am I not picking up on, y'all? I've spent way too much time around my southern friends and family recently. I managed to remove y'all from my vocabulary for a couple of years. There's another one that I have to be very careful to not let creep into my vocabulary, because it drives the man behind the curtain nuts. And that's when I go fixin' to. I'm fixin' to do this, or I'm fixin' to do that, and it drives him batshit. I'm fixin' to go crazy. Ain't it though? Oh my God, really, guys? Jiminy Christmas! I am not from Alabama. My ex-husband and my ex-best friend are. My favorite band is Alabama. Okay, one of my favorite bands is Alabama. That's true. We have a Tennessee transplant living with us. That's true. Come on, brain. Get back. Catch back up. Catch back up. Catch back. Ah, yes! So, Dad tweets that Mom is pissed off at him because it's the Christmas, or Mom left the kids with Dad, and the kids were playing cowboys and Indians, and one of the youngest kid went running past Dad screaming yippee-ki-yay, and he learned a new word that day. Yes! I know people who use tarot cards to do spells with. I do not know the details on that one, though. I do know it is done. Yeah. Aaron does it. Yep, I will talk to Aaron about that. Yeah. Oh, I also have a Witchy 101. Well, it's not going to be the Witchy 101, but it will go into my Witchy school about working with the ancestors and some of the more Native American stuff that my darling ex-husband has agreed to help teach. Because, well, yeah, I hadn't told you about it because I hadn't completely fleshed it out yet. But I will have a class about ancestor veneration and some of the more Native American teachings that my ex-husband is going to step in and help with, because his dad was the medicine man for their tribe before the tribe was dissolved, and he was being trained to take his father's place. So there is no way to stack a tarot deck. I honestly cannot. I cannot think of how you would attempt. Not if you're shuffling it in front of them and having them cut the cards for you. Yes, I know it is, but there is no way to stack the deck. If you are shuffling in front of them and having them cut the cards, or having them... I know how a deck of cards is stacked. I'm saying that there is no way to stack a tarot deck easily. I know people who can stack a deck and it doesn't work. Sleight of hand, yeah, but the thing is, at least I am incapable of, yeah, I can barely shuffle the cards to start with, but the only thing I have ever done is I have shuffled and drawn my cards and looked at them and looked at them and gone, that doesn't seem right. So did I forget to flip the deck when I went to read them because of how I pull my cards? And once I reverse the reversal, it works. Yes, it does. K, the magic with a K is the manipulation of energy and putting your intentions out into the world. Without a K is sleight of hand, David Copperfield, Chris Angel type of magic, illusion, and sleight of hand. And I don't do that because, yes, it's fun to watch. It really is. But it is also trickery and a con artist. I'm not. No, they're not. I'm just reshuffling them. They do not get angry with me for reshuffling them. They actually like it when I play with them like this. So. And I can't just... That's fine. Alright, so. Hey, Batman. So I flip them. And first card I pull is Two of Swords. Upright. Star upright. And Three of Pentacles reversed. That's actually not a bad reading. But I have no idea how to stack a deck of tarot cards because sleight of hand with cards, I guess maybe if you marked them so that you could look at the back of the card and know what card it is, because I know that's part of how people who do that with playing cards do it, but I read reversals. Because as far as I know, unless it is a deck that does not do reversals, such as my oracles, or I have a deck, Teen Witch does not do reversals, and some of the very, very beginners don't do reversals. But my thought has always been, if I get a reversed card, then there's a reason for it. Man. Yeah, I shuffle it the same direction. So if I've got the Chariot in this hand upright and this hand is the Six of Pentacles, I make sure that they go top to top or bottom to bottom. I will never forget one of the readings I did while I was pregnant with the spawn. I was trying to read the kid sitting across the table from me. Did I get an accurate reading for him? No, I did not. Who did they read? The person sitting to his right, who kept saying, oh no, cards don't like me. Nobody's ever been able to read the cards for me and get it right and blah, blah, blah. So we had no idea what was going on because the guy I was reading is like, none of this makes sense. As I'm pulling the cards and I'm like, So I reshuffled him and read him and he's like, okay, they worked that time. 3 days later, the guy who was sitting next to him comes storming up to me and he's like, God damn it. God didn't damn it, these beavers did. What? Your goddamn reading the other night. I made second class and I didn't want to because I'm getting out. And I just... So what else were they right about? And he's like, this, and this. And I'm like, yep. And what about tarot cards and you don't work? He was so mad at me. It was funny. Yep, beavers did. Don't you dare turn that off. But yeah. Who's doing what with how many go? Oh. All right, my darlings. Yeah, I saw that. I am now seeing that it is after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We have been streaming for over 3.5 hours. I should probably go feed my husband and I and the spawn. So, yeah. Anyways, I need to get going, so we are going beef and broccoli. We will have beef with broccoli for dinner tonight. With the good stuff, yep. I am so glad you enjoy hanging out with us, John. Oh. Papa Smurfies. We were talking about that the other night. It's one of the easiest, quickest meals I can throw together. We do a lot of beef and broccoli, and we do a lot of chicken stir fry. Yep. Those are the 2 staple meals that we have in this house, because they are because they're low spoon and I don't have to work very hard. We also throw chicken in the Instant Pot, pot roast in the Instant Pot. That is such a British meal. But I can't remember if they're pork and beans or baked beans. Yeah, beans and weenies. Yeah, beans and weenies are good too. Oh, I need to let him know that we have everything he needs for that too. I was also a good mom. All 3 of my children knew how to cook at least a few basic meals before they moved out of my house, because I was not sending my boys out into the world to, you know, turn their partner into a slave. Does not happen. They do. I don't have a good tater tot casserole recipe. Shepherd's pie we haven't done in a while because he can't do a lot of starch, and it was just me and him. Now that it's me, him, and Spawn and another bonus kid, I might start making some of those again. Oh, your dad is an awesome cook, though. Yes, dear heart. Oh, yummy. I didn't know grandmother had one. Probably because the Cuntosaurus Rex didn't like it. And just so you know, half or about 3/4 of grandmother's recipes came out of the Joy of Cooking cookbook. And some of them are no longer in that cookbook. I would love that. All right, y'all. So, we're not doing too bad today. But I am not bad. Okay, do. Nice. The Jason that I've referred to, his best friend, is an amazing chef. I cannot remember where all he's worked, but he's a pretty impressive cook and chef. And then my girlfriend, yeah, he's done fine dining before. And then there's my girlfriend who's in Vegas, who her specialty is infused cooking, and she's just amazing. Go get some rest, cat. I know how late it was when you crashed last night. So, my darlings, my dears, my witchlings, my friends. Okay. Nah. Yes. I have cooked for our former roommate a few times, and he said I was actually a pretty good cook. I was one of the better home chefs he had had the opportunity to eat from. And considering, you know, this, he was kind of surprised that I actually knew how to use spices and seasoning. Shocking, I tell you. All right, my darlings, I will see you all soon. So please, let's go out there and spread love, spread joy, spread kindness. There is enough darkness and hate in this world. Please try to be a beacon of light and hope. And then make sure your loved ones, human, scaly, furry, and feathered, know that you love them beyond words, because you do not know how long you have with them, and that phone call sucks. I'm grateful to the witchlings who are here. You guys are the best. If you enjoyed what you have seen, please do us all a favor of liking, sharing, and subscribing. Ring the bell so you get notified of your daily doses of divination. And then please, let's appease the algorithm gods by leaving a comment of 7 words or more. Tell me your favorite crystal, your favorite scent, your coffee order, or, thank you, dear heart. If you don't want to tell anything even the least bit personal, Panic at the Disco has some inspiration. Hey, look, die, I made it. Yay, it works. I love you guys to bits. Now go get out of the house. Touch some grass. Have a wonderful day or night, whatever time it is for you. Full of magic and joy. And please, my darlings, always, always, always remember that you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and you genuinely do have a place in this world, and you have a purpose in this life, even if you have not found it yet. I didn't find mine till I was 40-something. I love you guys to bits, and I will see you soon. Namaste, Witchlings. Oh, Jake. Oh, you come in just as we're ending for the day. Ah, sad face. See you tomorrow, Jake. It is Sunday, so that's part of it. Namaste, Witchlings. I love you bunches. Your subscription ensures you never miss a moment of mystical insight, especially if you ring that bell, for a deeper dive into exclusive content, behind-the-scenes glimpses, bonus blog posts, monthly rituals, and my weekly yoga classes. Consider popping over to Patreon and joining the coven there. If you're feeling particularly generous, a virtual coffee is always appreciated. This Gen X witch, raised on 80s vibes, thrives on caffeine and a dash of well-placed sarcasm. Are you seeking personalized guidance? Well, in that case, visit yogawithdailin.com to schedule a one-on-one yoga session where we can work together to restore balance and alignment to your mind, body, and spirit. I'm honored to craft meaningful rituals and services for all life's milestones. House blessings, cleansings, spiritual life coaching, and personalized tarot and pendulum readings are also available. Check out those offerings at dietheyogawitch.com. Don't miss out on your daily doses of divination. Tune in tomorrow for another episode, Monday through Saturday, same bet time, same bet channel, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. And there's even more enchantment to weave into your week. Join me for our weekly rituals. Sundays, let's all gather around the cauldron for coffee and cues with Di the Yoga Witch at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays. Bring your favorite brew and we'll delve into the mystical and the everyday, answering your questions and sharing the witchy wisdom I've gathered over the last 3 decades. Thursdays, tune into Di the Yoga Witch podcast for a fusion of yoga and witchcraft designed to inspire and uplift. Friday and Saturday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Seattle time, we offer some unique experiences. Fridays are for relaxation and interconnection. We zen our way into the weekend and unwind with guided meditation or yoga nidra asana, tapping into your inner magic and bringing that magical life into your yoga practice. Saturday evenings, brace yourself for Bitch and Witch Angry Veteran Rants. I will be tackling current events that spark my passionate opinions, offering perspectives and suggestions for positive change.